starting late. Thank you all so much for being here. I can see all the comments coming in. I am awake. I didn't fall asleep, only because I had a nap as soon as I got back from work. But yeah, it's so good to see you guys here. I thought that we would. Well, essentially, I want to do some mixed media landscapes, and I'm also want to practice doing winterscapes because obviously I've really been enjoying the bright and beautiful colors of autumn, but they're quite different to the colors of winter. So I was just thought that it might be fun for us to do that together and to create some, you know, little postcard paintings as we do so. And then also I am doing a deal with my art membership, and I appreciate that I have caused a lot of confusion. So I was hoping that by us chatting live, I will be able to get rid of any and all confusion and hopefully make it clearer. It's funny because I was trying to make it I was trying to make it easier, but I feel like inadvertently instead I just made it a lot harder. So we've got plenty of art supplies, as you can probably see from the thumbnail. And I guess to start things off, to clear up the confusion, I'm currently doing an offer on the membership where, well, yeah, I'm currently doing an offer on the membership where for the next 36 hours, it will be £16.50. It will stay that price for as long as people are members, and then the price will increase. And essentially, the main change is that before I had 3 tiers, and now I'm just going to have 1 tier. So if you're already an existing member and you're in one of the 3 tiers, nothing changes for you. Sorry. Nothing changes for you. If you're in a Happy Mail tier, you'll still get Happy Mail. If you're in the original MVP tier, you'll still get the videos and the art challenges and the Discord. So nothing will actually change. And if you're in the studio tier, again, nothing will, well, some things will change, but not the price, not the amount that you're paying. You'll just get more benefits, basically. I hope that makes sense. So if you're in the Happy Mail tier, you'll also get more benefits. And if you're not a member yet and you were thinking about joining, then there's like was 48 hour, now is 36-hour cooling window, where essentially if you want to join, if you want to be part of the community, to have access to live streams, to projects that we'll do together, to more Zoom sessions, and to just really, step into the new year by dedicating more time to yourself and to your art, then you can do that through the membership. And as I say, offers on for the next 36 hours and then the price will increase. So if you're an existing member, nothing changes for you in terms of like you don't have to do anything unless you are an original MVP member and you were thinking about joining the studio tier so that you have access to Zoom sessions. So if you were like undecided as to whether you want to be part of the Zooms and the live streams and you think, oh yeah, I might be interested in it, and you are in the original MVP tier, which is currently £12.50, then I would encourage you to upgrade now during the offer rather than waiting for the price to go up. Otherwise, everything's the same. I hope that makes sense. So if you're Happy Meal, nothing changes. Nothing changes due to this offer. I'm just basically streamlining things, and I feel like I liked it when I was able to just give everything to everyone in the membership. And the only way I can do that is through one membership. So I'm just going to focus on having one membership where I give as much as possible. But that being said, I don't want to change anything for existing members because I don't think that that is fair. So I hope that makes sense. And also Happy Mail tier is going to switch from shipping once a month to shipping every 2 months, but I will still be including like the same amount of dot cards. It's just, I don't know if you could tell that I was struggling. Like in theory, the dot cards are supposed to be like, 5 to 8 dot cards a month, but then I was getting overexcited and putting like 12 dot cards and more dot cards and full sets. And I kind of feel like if I can do it every 2 months, then I can make it a really good Happy Mail without, basically overdoing it and not doing enough. And I feel like the one time that I did actually do what I said I was going to do, people were like, oh, this is so different. So I just want to be able to create really good and like good quality Happy Mail. And I feel like the best way I can do that is by shipping every 2 months. So shipping lots of Happy Mail every 2 months. But I hope that makes sense. So if you would like to join, be part of the Zoom sessions, the first Zoom session this month is going to be on Friday. So technically tomorrow now, and we are going to be creating winter landscapes together and also creating art with it if we have enough time, fingers crossed. So yeah, if you want to be part of the Zoom sessions, then be sure to join that. The other thing that I should update you on is that I've also got quite a few freebies So I've started the free community for anyone who wants to be part of the free Discord, just to have an extra space. Yes, so Jude, that's correct. You're on a Studio MVP tier. You don't need to do anything. You will still have access to all the extra rewards. No change to the price. Nothing changes. It's just more so for new members that only have access to the new Studio tier. And yeah, so in terms of like the freebies, because I know quite a few people were like, oh, we want the free community too. So I've created that on Discord, which is going well. And I have left that linked down below in the description if you want to see that and be part of it. But I open it up every so often because I don't want like spam or, you know, like it's the internet, right? So it feels wild. So I have so I've opened it up for the next week, so anyone who wants to join can do that. And I'm also going to be doing a free Zoom session at the end of December, and I will leave information for that on Ko-fi as well, and that will be open to everyone. Good night, Becky. And let me just answer any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, so you're all good, Dewa. That's right. There will be so there will technically be 3 tiers in the background, but there will be 1 tier moving forward that people can join. So people will only be able to join the studio tier. And if you are an existing Happy Mail member, studio tier member, original MVP member, so if you're in any of the original tiers, nothing changes for you in terms of price wise. Moving forward, it all stays the same. Happy Mail, you still get Happy Mail. Studio tier, you'll still get everything plus more. Original MVPs, you will still get everything that you're getting. But the only reason that I was mentioning it now is I didn't want to change the price of the Studio MVP tier and not let you know that actually it's going to be changing and not give you the opportunity to upgrade if you wanted to. So basically, if you're in the original MVP tier and you want Zoom sessions, now's the time to upgrade. Basically, that's why I did that. Well, that's one of the main reasons why I did that. So 36 hours to go. Let me open this up. 36 hours to go. I hope that you will join and that you will love it. And as always, you know, it remains flexible and fun. Let's switch this over. So how's everyone doing? What did everyone get for Black Friday, if anything at all? I actually got quite a few things. Let me know how you feel. So I got quite a few things, which I would love to share, and I will probably share at some point. However, I do also kind of feel like I do enjoy art halls because I enjoy seeing them, but I'm also like, there's a lot, you know. Like I don't enjoy art halls that have. Don't know why I'm sounding like this, like a chain smoker. I don't like art halls that have thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, right? So, and equally, I don't know, basically. I feel like perhaps it's better for me to not do an art haul, but instead just do videos about other things. But equally, I love seeing art supplies being used. So we'll see. If you have ideas, let me know. And I have 2 things open. I have 2 pieces of paper just so that, you know, when one thing is drying, I can move to the other thing, so on and so forth. I'm going to be using a pencil to do some drawing, and I've been trying to share the image, but unfortunately, it's not actually working. It still says processing. Can only upload PDF. Hey, Nicole, welcome. Oh, you got most of the new Romish Mall colors, but none of them were in sale. Yeah, I didn't see any on sale actually. What I did get some, Romish Mall did send me some, so I am going to be making a video about that as well and swatching them out. And he also sent me some extra like special items as well, which I'm like, wild. It's the stuff. I don't know if it's thing, but he was like, "Oh, do you want anything else?" And I asked for something that I had been eyeing for a while, but it's not on sale, which made it even more special. Like not something that you can get anywhere, something that you can only get from them. I was like, it's exciting. So if I do get access to the reference, I will share it. But ultimately, I only want it for like rough suggestion as opposed to like sticking to it proper. So what I'm going to do, I'm just thinking about where to have the horizon, and I'm always tempted to have it straight bang in the middle. But in terms of like making an interesting composition, it's usually better if you can avoid that. So I'm gonna have it as like a lower third. And then I want to have a little cabin, and again, resisting the urge to have it smack bang in the middle. I'm just gonna put it here, and I've just used like I'm using any pencil to just make a rough note of where things are going, and then I will do most of it wet on wet if I'm honest. But I just want to know roughly where I'm laying things in, which I don't always do. Sometimes I just go in and see what happens, and sometimes that works. And also, so I'm starting this at 21 past. Let me know, because one of the questions, I may be doing something very soon, and one of the challenges that I have as part of what I'm going to be doing is trying to create pieces in like half an hour, which, to be honest, I can create things in half an hour, no problem. That's why also I'm working a bit smaller than usual. So in theory, I can create things half an hour, no problem. The tricky thing is creating something in half an hour while chatting. That's the thing. Oh, let's see. So you got your Art Miranda order. Oh, that's awesome. I thought you had the full set already, Dawood. Was I mistaken in terms of the Magello colors? Napiza Zuli. Which five tourmaline, the granulating colors? Which ones did you get? Oh, and the 15 soft pastels. I wish I could love soft pastels. I love the way they look. I just don't like the way they feel. Hey, Messy Desk. Hope work goes well. Hey, Nancy. And oh, you got some Crystal Rice palettes. Yeah, they were. She did a really good sale as well, didn't she? So, and her palettes are absolutely stunning. I need to, at the moment, they're like on my drawers and things. They're on my shelves, almost like as display. But I should actually show them some true love and fill them up with supplies. Fill them up with watercolors. I need to figure out like what. Or maybe, there's the small blue one. Maybe that's where I will put the winter palette that we make tomorrow during the Zoom session. So I'm just wetting the page so that I can have everything wet on wet, as you can see. And I am going to do it as mixed media, but I don't really have much rhyme or reason to what I do. I just start with what I want and then take it from there. So I'm putting down some yellow. See, the thing that I find one of the things that I want to do is that I feel like when I paint winter, I automatically make it like very grey and bluey and cold because I guess that's what winter looks like and feels like. However, I want to try and think if there is a way that I can make winter colorful still. Do you know what I mean? That it can still, because I guess there are still colors in winter. It's not just blue and gray, and that's I think what I'm trying to see. So we'll see. This may actually end up just looking like a just looking like an autumn scene, in which case that's fine. We'll try again. Because I know, like, I'm thinking, like, oh, I should be using lavender and blah, blah, blah. Like, I know all that, right? But I want to make it, like, nicer, brighter, more fun. So I'm just putting down some light colors. And I'm just wondering, like, can I depict snow? Because all of this is going to be snow. Can I depict snow using colors that aren't blue? And I know it's possible because one of my references I picked not to replicate exactly at all, but I actually picked it because it has like purples and like it's a sunset scene, a snowy sunset scene. So I was like, okay, it's possible to have all these pretty colors and still have them be winter and translate as winter. So that's basically what I'm going to try and do. I'm just soaking up some of that extra water. Now, usually I would just dry this and I may just dry this, but I'm just wondering what can realistically be done in the time frame that I have, Oh, Nicole, you love soft pastels as well. You know what's funny? I feel like Derwood didn't tell us for the longest time that he loves soft pastels. And then as soon as he did, we realized, like, actually, loads of people do. Oh, you have Thrifty's bamboo palette coming. That's going to be awesome, I'm sure. A fireplace. No, it's not going to be a fireplace. It will be a landscape still. We'll see. Let me just soak up that extra water. It'll still be a landscape. I hope. The beauty of watercolors, because it dries so light, I'm just taking up, I don't want all of that to be yellow, so I'm just soaking up all that extra water. The sky here is often pink and blues. Yeah, that's like, I know there's neither pink nor blue here, but that's like the colors that I want to be able to depict. Basically, I want a colorful winter, and I think that maybe I struggle to make it so because I don't see a colorful winter. I see no color, just see gray. Let's try with maybe more traditional colors as well. This is not really taking my paint. Let me wet the whole thing again. And then we'll see. Oh, you got the 34 set, but there are 36 colors, so you got some extra. I see. I saw some swatches and they looked really, really nice. I was initially going to, get the 34 set because it was on sale in Art Miranda, and it's like, I think I saw it maybe a couple of, like, shortly after they said, like, oh, it's on sale, and it had sold out already. So I was like, okay, fine, let me just, control myself anyway. Straight. That one's looking straight in the middle, so let me just change that a bit. And see. See, I feel like this is going to automatically translate as winter, so maybe I'll just stick with that. You know what's funny? I also did that too. I got two sets of the Neocolor 215s. Not not during this Black Friday, but in general, I have 215 sets. And one because I was like, cool, I'm going to use the colors because I like them anyway. But primarily, and also a big part of it was I just wanted the tin. Like they should just make, are the tins open stock? Like I haven't seen them open stock anywhere. And that would just make life easier. Oh, that I would like to see. That's a very impressive Black Friday haul. It's better than mine. So this color that I have down now that's automatically looking like winter is lavender, like you said. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. I always, you know what's funny, right? I have slowly somehow made my way to like modding, to like being a mod on so many channels. And when I'm there, I'm always like, oh, I'm always reminding people to like the video because I feel like I always forget to ask. And yeah, I still, despite like that being one of the main things that I do when I go on all these channels, I still forget to ask when I am making my own videos. So thank you so much, Nancy. If everyone doesn't mind hitting the like button, it'll be greatly appreciated. Yeah, the tins are elusive. That's what I thought. Just no snow. Yeah, I feel like I need to build my memory bank of, I just need to see more nice winter landscapes basically. I feel like I don't see snow that much. When I do, it's like, you know, the messy aftermath. Um and I guess because I don't like the cold, so when it does snow, I'm not outside anyway. So I'm like, oh, uh, what does winter even look like? And it's funny because, like, you know, around Christmas time, obviously everyone's making like Christmassy art, and I don't know, I don't like. I do it, but it's not like my favorite kind of thing to do, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to think about how can I do that in a way that I like and I enjoy. Hence, trying to think, okay, can I do cute little landscapes? 21. So it's been 12 minutes. I need to remember. This is the first one. Kind of almost dry. Maybe I'd have to do 3. That'd be crazy, though. I'm just doing that very first layer. And then I feel like keeping with watercolor, if you want nice layers, is you can't, this current bit where it's at, where it's like half wet, half dry, if I start painting over it, I will just completely ruin the whole painting. Like, I'll not ruin, but I'll start getting blooms everywhere, like left, right, and center, which will be upsetting for me. So I'm just going to dry this and then I will unmute myself. Okay, cool. I am, oh, sorry, shaking everything. I am unmuted. You can see you can see a good portion of my Black Friday haul right here, like on the desk. The Shinhan gouache, I feel like was my highlight. Not even because of being like using it much. I've only used it a little bit, but just because it was half price. I can't even explain how rare it feels to get anything half price on sale in the UK. I can't, like, I feel every time I look online and I see USA sales, I'm like, wow, your sales are so much better than ours. So I was very, very, very much excited when I saw that. And that I feel was like one of my highlights. Then also the Shinhan, not the Shinhan, the Holbein Somerset was also half price. So that was also very awesome. I feel I keep using that Azure Gold. Yeah, that nickel Azure Gold. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish it. And it's more expensive than the Quinn Gold. So I need to calm down on the use and just start using Quinn Gold. Or rather Quinn Gold Hue, the one that's not, running out anytime soon. So just doing, you know what? I was going to do trees and bushes behind the cabin, and I feel like I will, but I feel like actually what I will do, because everything is looking all very samey. So what I'm gonna do is make this hills in the background. I'm just trying to play with tonal value. So I will make that the hills, which will hopefully dry, because I'm thinking the darker I make this stuff, the lighter and maybe more snow-like my snow will actually look. Does that sound legit? Anyway, so yeah, the Holbein Somerset I was really happy about, and then the Shinhan gouache as well. And then I did get a few more Inktense pencils, because that was a pleasant surprise. I really thought, like, you know what, after I didn't like the blocks, that I wouldn't like the pencils either. But when I was doing some mixed media pieces, they just layered on top of things really nicely. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. So that was a pleasant surprise. And then I got a few bits and bobs replacing things I wanted out. Also, in the video, sorry, I said like, oh, I couldn't find permanent white. So I bought something that was, what did I bought? I bought Shinhan Pearl White. Pearl White is not white. And I did go back and I actually found the normal permanent white. And that is what I got instead. Because Pearl White is almost metallic. So let me see. Nicole, you got quite a few. So I got the Shinhan gouache. I was tempted by it because I saw that Sarah was using them and also using them in her boxes. So I thought, like, well, if it's good enough for Sarah, it's certainly going to be good enough for me. What do you mean, Nicole? So go for the tube gouache. Good to know. What do you mean, Nicole? What tube gouache are you talking about? Shinhan or Caran d'Ache? Because I haven't heard great things. Let me stand corrected. I have heard some people say they really like the Caran d'Ache gouache. That is true. From what I've seen, I don't think that I would like it, so I haven't got it. No, I haven't got the small wooden box. Did you ask me this before, or are you like? I feel like loads of people have asked me that recently. I think 3 people have asked me, unless you've asked me before, in which case 2 people have asked me that. But no, I haven't. I have the full set, and I've got the new colors, but I haven't got the wooden box. Kind of tempted to be honest. Initially, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. And then when I kept getting asked, I was like, oh my gosh, but the full box, the wooden box looks so nice. I have the Sennelier wooden box, but I haven't got the Roma Schmall wooden box. So let's see. We'll let that dry. I feel like these are going to be very, this is still moist. That's good to know. Very like simple, like how much is there to paint with snow, you know? I'm going to mute myself as I dry this. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Nicole, if so, I haven't used the Shinhan gouache, and I know that quite a few people like it. From what I have seen, I don't think I would like it, so I haven't got it. I feel like, from what I have seen, to me, it doesn't look that opaque, and it kind of looks a bit chalky. So it's not one that I would recommend. Now, you know, different strokes for different folks. I know some people are like, no, it's awesome, it's wonderful, and that's great. It's just yeah, I don't like it. And it's also not like cheap. The thing that I like most about the set is the tin. Like that's the only thing that's that's made me contemplate getting it. And that to me is it's a pretty bad thing, that the only thing I want about the set is actually the set it comes in. And if it wasn't, I think £35, then maybe yeah, I would get it for the tin, but £35 for the tin and paints I don't want is too much. That looks like snow, doesn't it? This started to dry. I'm going to dry this again. I'm going to have to figure this out then, basically, because it means that it's my place is too cold for it to dry in time for me to do a demo in 30 minutes. Hey, welcome back, Messy Desk. I was saying that I don't like the Caran d'Ache gouache, and the only, like, I haven't used it, but from what I have seen, I don't like the look of it. And so the only thing that had me thinking as to whether maybe I should get it was that I like the look of the tin. Like I like the big red pretty tin, but because it's like almost £40, I can't spend that kind of money just because I like the tin. So I haven't got it. Who knows? Maybe one day I will like it. I do actually think I have some. I feel like someone sent me. I feel like maybe I need to double check, but I feel like maybe back in the day, Sarah sent me some of it as well. I need to double check. I have a bag of gouache, and I feel like that might be in it. As in, like, that's what the bag consists of. But again, so just putting down trees. And you see how, like, now that I'm putting down trees, what initially looked quite bright and prominent in terms of the hills in the background doesn't look quite as prominent as it did before. Don't know if it's given wintry sunset though. Maybe it's hard to depict winter and snow while also using no. Ooh, that is interesting. I mixed lavender into the mix, and it's made like a very interesting grey. Not quite what I was going for, but still interesting nonetheless. And I think I want a blue. So if not lavender, I thought lavender would have made a very nice blue for it. Maybe it would have, but not with what I mixed it with. So my blue, I'll go to cobalt then. I'm trying to use different colors, you know, so that I don't keep using the same. I'm trying to broaden my horizons. That is very, very bright. That's not what I wanted. So why do I keep putting it down? I have no idea. I'm kind of curious to see what will happen. And I'm just going to drop down some more colors. And then I can probably... I'm trying to think like, okay, what color would the cabin be? So the top of the cabin is snowy. And the bottom of the cabin is not. So I'll just put some of these colors down. That's actually quite pretty. It's a messy brush, right? So it's got like a whole bunch of different colors, and it's kind of made like this. I don't know if you can see this, almost like this hints of purple, hints of brown, hints of gray, just all the colors that I was just talking about. There are there. And I'm just putting this down a little bit. And whoops, that's a lot of water. Just putting down some of the colors that I've put there in other places. I don't want this bottom bit to get too dark, but equally it can't just have no color whatsoever, I don't think. So I'm just putting down a few lines to represent the snow, getting lost in my painting, remembering that I'm live streaming and looking up. Oh, you asked. Yeah. Okay, Sarah. Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, now that I saw your thing, I remember your display picture always makes me smile. It looks so lovely. As soon as I saw your picture flash up, it reminded me. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad it's working. Because I feel like when I've done winter scenes in the past, they look very drab. Not all of them, but you know, they look, I guess it's quite a contrast from the art and the colors that I normally do and use. Maybe this is like a little lake. Unclear. And so how do I depict the snow on the roof? Just trying to water down my watercolor. Actually use it in layers. It's funny, this is meant to be mixed media. It will be mixed media. Hopefully that looks like snow. And then taking some Rubin, Pyro Rubin, one of my new favorites, which is funny because I hadn't even realized that I kept picking it until Durwood, you pointed it out and you're like, oh, PR264, you keep picking PR264. And I was like, wait a second. There's a red that I like. And it's not technically just a magenta. I think I will let that dry and then maybe see if I add like a few more trees right at the front that are even darker to see if it needs a bit more depth, because at the moment we technically only have one layer of trees, and then that one may be done. We'll just put in a few details. Maybe do lines, ridges on the roof like a chimney. Yeah, once it's dry, I will probably just use pencil to do that. And it's funny that I decided to use this massive brush. It's not massive, but in comparison to what I'm painting, it actually is quite big to try and do this painting. Just picking up some. It's quite interesting because by looking at the camera, I get that, on looking at the screen, I get that view of like, when something is far away. So I get to kind of spot where my darkest areas are, where my lightest areas are a little bit better. It's quite interesting. And do 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 do. I see the do for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh no. I hope that's okay. It's my heat gun. La 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 la. Red roses too. I see the. I'm very much a night owl. Very, very much a night owl. Maria. Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, we did. So we were chatting about that earlier. I feel like Derwood did an excellent job of finding really great deals. I got basically everything that you see on the screen here at the moment was a result of Black Friday. Apart from, actually, tell a lie. So the Derwent pencils I've actually had for quite a while. I feel like I did a live stream or like a post about it when I first got them. And essentially, I had essentially one of my local shops was doing 50% off. I don't want to do the same thing. So I think I'm going to do a hill here and a hill there. And then I feel like that will make more sense. But not with the color that I have. So one of my local art shops was doing a sale or was discontinuing. I can't, you know what I mean? Maybe discontinuing. So they weren't selling, they were discontinuing the ink tents. So they were doing like a sale on them ages ago. So I bought a few colors before really knowing like what they were. And I used them as pencils for a little bit. And then, life went on and I kind of just forgot about them. And then when I started doing mixed media again, I was trying to layer on top of one of my paintings, and I don't know why my pencils were struggling. Like my Artex pencils were struggling to layer. The Polychromos weren't layering that great. The Luminance were layering on top great, but I was just picking up random pencils to see what would layer, and then the Inktense layered really nicely, and I was like, oh wait, I forgot I had these, and then I started using them again. So I don't have many. I did buy a few more during Black Friday, so I'll probably make a video about that at some point. And then the Pip pens, I have the big Pip pens, which I've really been enjoying for ages now. I feel like where I had clarity before, I've got rid of it completely now. Do you get that? I don't know what happened. I feel like I looked up, I looked down, and then all of a sudden I had put paint all over my painting. But you know what I think happened, and the reason I think I started doing it is because I hope that you can see. Maybe if I put it this way, is it frozen for you? Oh no. Okay. Can you see like the granulation? It almost looks like it looks trippy. Like you can see because I've put misty morning and lavender, and there's just so much granulation. It's unreal. Like pink is coming through. It almost looks like, when you look at soap, I can't explain it. And you see like all these different colors like on the surface of the soap. That's almost what it looks like. What did you get, Elizabeth? Oh, 100 sheets for 13. 100 sheets of what? Oh, bee paper. Bee inspired paper. I'm jealous. Wait. Oh, be inspired for thing. You're singing along. I think it's because I was thinking of snow. If only I knew the words, right? So although I have although I have completely gone off script with what I was planning to do, I am glad because that granulation I couldn't do by accident. I couldn't do on purpose. And now I just have to leave it alone, because when you start messing with it, the granulation goes. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to bring back the other one. And I am going to start using some other supplies to maybe just tighten it, bring it back together. So I don't have that many colors, but perhaps I have enough to, I have what I need. I feel like I go through this phase after maybe not even due to Black Friday, just a lot. But again, I'm like, oh my gosh, should I do a no buy? Like, I like what more? Like, it's got to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, I wanted to do another layer, didn't I? I can do. Let me do. Maybe I'll just do another layer, but have it be like a pencil layer. You know what I want? I want like a maroon kind of red. I want the Reuben red, but as Inktense. That's what I want. Because the red that I have, or the reds that I have, are very intense. As the name says, not an intentional pun. So I'm just trying to put down, or maybe like even a brown, something quite and not quite as intense as this. I'm using the magenta. I feel like it's working a little bit better. But yeah, honestly, I think also because I'm still trying to like unpack. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Perhaps it's time that I do another one again. And it's not even like buyer's remorse because I don't regret anything I got. And no buyer's futile. That's the thing. Yeah, it's not even like regret. It's just like, if anything, like I'm curious. You know what I feel like? I feel like it won't stop. Like I have so much more now than I ever did, and than I ever imagined I would have. And still, when there's a sale, when I see something being used, I'm like, oh, I want it, and I see all the potential of what like I could do and how I could create with it, and I'm like, you know what's actually never going to stop, and I have more supplies than I can probably finish anytime soon, maybe in my lifetime. But then the idea of doing, like, I feel like I'd be sad if I did it for a year. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just you know, baby steps, challenge myself to a no buy month or something, and just make videos using all the very wonderful supplies that I am blessed to have. So I'm just putting in windows, and little chimney. And I feel like I need to put a little bit more detail here. It's almost like the roof is blending into the background because it's all kind of one color. So if I add a bit more detail, then it will make the white stand out, which will make it look like snow. Red rollets too. I see the wind. Maroon or wild cranberry wine. Yeah, that's the thing. Shiraz. Oh, you guys are making really helpful suggestions. So this is my pencil tray. So maybe lifting it out so that I see exactly what I have would have been helpful. I see the wind for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. It's a very random collection of things. And that's the thing. I bought it from Cassart. And I feel like when they do like big sales, I'm not talking about like in general Black Friday, but you know, when stores start doing big sales, quite often than not, the stuff that you're buying, like I think last time I bought markers from them that were on sale and they were all just dried out. And I was like, oh, why? Ooh, good luck, Elizabeth. You want to get some Daniel Smith if you do win. What Daniel Smith are you thinking about? Do you mean like individual tubes, or is there a set that you have in mind? Nothing left to buy. You know what? This is the thing. I feel like I can't win. By the way, I like in terms of like my can I do it in half an hour? The answer is no. It's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to, or maybe I'll just have to paint something I've painted before, because clearly if I'm just chatting, I slow down massively. What color is this? Deep indigo. I just keep picking up deep indigo over and over. This is mauve. Yeah, honestly, I thought like, you know, well, to be fair, the thing that was on my wish list was the Shinhan gouache. So yeah, fair enough. But I didn't think that I would get the Inktense pencils. And I don't think that there will ever be anything that's nothing left to buy. I feel like because everything I see the possibilities and the, you know, like, oh, like one of the things that I would like to do as a session for us, I'm just thinking of when, is like collage. Like I think it will be nice. I'll try the purple. I think it will be nice to make our own collage papers and then maybe try and do like collage some landscapes. So maybe I don't know how long it will take time wise. Maybe I'll try it myself and then see to gauge. But I feel like one part will be making the collage papers, and the other part will actually be using those collage papers to make landscapes. Or if you want to try and use it to create something else, you could. But it will just be like a nice fun session of bringing supplies and literally, I feel like it'd be kind of cathartic, you know, to just use, you're not focused on actually trying to create any art when you're making the collage papers. You're just literally getting to explore your supplies and see like how everything goes and how everything works. And For me, is there anything even less low pressure? Like you're just putting colors together with the aim of cutting it up later. Anyway, I thought that that would be fun. If not for all of us, then at the very least for me. But I think it will be fun for all of us nonetheless. Just taking some. This is the artist pit pen, the brush pen, which is magenta. Yeah, so I like the big brush pens, and I was carrying them everywhere, left, right, and center, but they're massive. And then I saw these ones, and I think these ones even came like way beforehand. So why I didn't know about them, I'm not really sure. But now that I do know about them, I got a few colors. The full set is so expensive, so I'm just going to have to, be happy with a few colors and make a few informed decisions. I feel like this is leaning sideways. I'm not sure why. What did I do to make it lean with it, rock with it? Clay sculpture, haven't done for years. Hold on, let me just catch up. Oh, you'd like the Jean Haynes set? I have that set. It's really nice. She's got some really great color choices. Yeah, there's always something. That is the thing. There is always something. I feel like as Lindsay would call it, the want monster is like, mine is just out of control. Oh, I know they're gonna announce their tubes. I'm not going to. So, I don't know. Do you guys want spoilers? Um, mm, no, no, I totally agree. That's the thing. I don't regret them. I don't regret them at all. So maybe it's not that bad. Uh, Someday I'm going to have a monster collection and not be sad about it. That's the thing. I feel like look at this. Like even looking at this desk is wild, no? Does this look wintry? Because I feel like it actually maybe is leaning more towards autumn. Like to me, like does it look like there's snow? I don't know. I think it's kind of cute. Question is it winter cute? I'm just doing like little tufts of grass to give the impression of like, oh, this is snow. Um, yeah, I think I'll just make myself like an art challenge that's just so heavily focused on making art that I don't have time to think. Even like when I did it's frozen again. When I did the art more challenge and like the 30 under 30 challenge, I basically like listed out 30 art supplies that I had and I had to use them like bingo. You don't like collage. See, I haven't tried it in ages, but I feel like it will just be so nice and fun to just not make the whole thing out of collage, but to incorporate collage into mixed media. I feel like I'd really enjoy that. Clay sculpture. Or maybe I was also thinking about doing like little miniature air dry clay sculpture. So maybe I'm just in a like very young phase. Like just reminiscing on my childhood. Although I didn't do collage as a child. Oh, thank you. Yes, the spoilers. Yes, the spoilers. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, spoilers. So I have We just have to ban all sources of new art supply inspiration. That's the thing. Nothing is safe. No video is safe, right? Because I'll literally see like I'll literally see someone doing like a tutorial and I'm like, "Ooh, what are they using? Ooh, that looks nice." or or even if it's in the background. I'm out of control. Leave me alone. I don't know how. Sometimes I don't really know how my mind works. Leave me alone. Um, so that's that one. It's so cute. I do think it's really cute. I don't know if it's is it reading? I feel like it's reading autumn turning to winter. Like I see the snow, but equally I see the colors. I don't know. Either way, I like it. Whatever season that is. Maybe it is winter. Whereas and now we go to our very cold version. It used to be shoes. You know what it used to be for me? Bags. I used to have a thing for bags. And now like I like bags, but it's not, and to be honest, although yes, I used to enjoy bags, it was never like art supplies. Art supplies is the one thing that I'm really going wild at. Just adding some lines and details. I don't want to obscure the granulation. I'm laughing because I'd asked for like the YouTube review and I got it and it was good. But one of the things that they'd said is that I use quite big words. So they were like, I need to change, not like, not in a bad, but like, they were like, oh, just be mindful of the fact that you use quite big words when you're talking. Which one, I hadn't fully appreciated that I do. And then two, it also reminded me of like, I saw a meme about Mariah Carey's lyrics and how she, her lyrics were always, she'd always be using all these big words, which I hadn't fully appreciated. But then when I listened back to it, like she had words like rhapsodized and like she really went in with her vocabulary. How are we going to turn this into something cool? Oh no, I'm sorry, Michelle. I hope that gets resolved soon. If I've missed anything that you've said, or if you've asked a question, then please just repeat it. Sometimes, because the chat moves fast, I miss a couple of things. Can you imagine? Yeah, I know when they're talking about their palette. It's funny because I do think like when I initially started, obviously I only used this is intense. It's still kind of wet, hence why I'm able to like rub it. Um yeah, when I see like artists who have like one palette, I'm like, wow, I remember when. What is wrong with me? I remember when I had one palette. I lost my mind. Something's pleasant about that day. Da, 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 da. No, okay, yeah, good. I think I mean, I try because they were like, oh, it might be clearer when I'm explaining things if I use different words. But I'm like, I don't. Some words I do, but equally, I don't know. Not really gonna change. Never gonna get it. Never. Maybe I should play music and then I'll stop breaking into song every 5 seconds. So I'm gonna put little houses. I think. I think the thing with like some landscapes, like say with this one, is like if I don't put houses, what is this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what is this? There's nothing there. So I need to add like little features to make it more interesting. I'm open to suggestions on what those little features should be, but um, starting off with houses. That's why I started like adding houses, adding sheep. Is not because you know, I'm passionate about sheep. It's like without them, what is even the painting? Yeah, I've definitely gone too far. Can you imagine? Oh, time to switch to magnets. Mm. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Maria. That's awesome. What are you going to create? I love when we get to paint together, like in general. And I also love inspiring people. Like, it looks like an ocean. Yeah, because it's a depth of blue. Out of penguin. It could be like Antarctica, to be fair. What would a penguin look like from far, though? Maybe I'll look at a reference of a penguin and see what it looks like. Because yeah, otherwise you'll just see loads of tiny houses here, there, and everywhere. And now you know the reason. Because I enjoy adding the details. I feel like adding the details is part of the fun. But it's tricky, because this isn't from reference. It's from my imagination that I've already told you. I feel like when it comes to winter, my imagination is not the strongest. Bye. Thank you, Messy Desk. Enjoy work, trees, and deer. You guys are really picking hard animals. Can deer be where penguins are? Let me look at deer and let me look at. I don't know how to depict tiny little penguins. I don't think my internet's strong enough. Oh my gosh, the penguins look so cute. Not now. It looks so cute. Let me see. How can I... So the backs are black. And I'm using blue. I don't know if they'll look like penguins. And their heads... I don't know if... But I'm just doing like their backs. And then their heads. And then their body looks white. So... white on white, so I'm just going to do a little outline, and then they have a tiny little feet, and then the baby ones are just cute and grey. I'll do tiny one. Okay, the tiny one, no one is going to know is a penguin apart from me. That's okay. And then they also have yellow near the heads, which again, no one but me can see. So we have, and then how do I do deer? Deer might have to be for next time. Deer look too complex. Do you remember when there was a time I did a live stream, and to show you just how much I recognize animals, I'd got a reference of what I thought was a deer, but was actually some sort of AI generated animal. And it's only as we were painting it that people were like, what is this? And I was like, it's a deer. And then we thought it's an elk or something, and then we realized the tail was weird, and then we're like, oh, it's all AI generated, so who knows what that is. I'm gonna do I like fences as well, so I'm gonna do that. It's the London Zoo. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about the spoilers. So I mean, it's nothing major in terms of like no major spoiler. It's that Jacksons have very kindly sent me some A Gallo watercolors, the pans. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing and, well, probably an unboxing and painting with video. I don't feel like a swatching video is needed per se because there's so many videos about A Gallo out there already. But yeah, I'm really excited because it's mauve. It's the 24 set, which I do not have. I guess if I'd thought about this properly, I would have timed it with made a video and timed it with the release of the tubes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are the tubes 6 colors or is it quite a few colors? Anyone know? I'm gonna do a fence. Doesn't make sense for it to be, or maybe I'll just do a fence there. Do trees here. I don't think, like, how many colors are coming out with the A Gallo? I don't feel like it's not like the full range or a big drop, right? Is it just the one set? Just adding some trees. I know. I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know which 24 set it is. But I am excited. It's funny because I've mentioned that I have this bad habit of like I get something, like when I get art supplies and stuff, it's almost like the more excited I am about them, the longer it takes me to use them. But when it's from a brand, I don't have that luxury. I can't be like, oh yeah, thank you so much for sending it to me. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make a video because I'm just so touched by the fact that you would honor me with this gift. So it's bittersweet, but it means that I actually have to use them. So I will finally get to use A Gallo late to the game. Oh, you can tell me what you think. I have made a video, or had made a video that is going to go up at some point where I was basically talking about my art regrets. I don't have many, and I didn't want it to be just like the clickbaity stuff that was going around a while back, but I made it a while back, and it's essentially art supplies that I bought that I've returned because there's not many at all. So I thought that would classify as a true regret. Buy it, regret it, return it kind of thing. So one of the items is A Gallo dot cards. Imagine I'm gonna make a video, be like, "Yay, have a gallo paints," and then the regrets video is like, a gallo dot cards. But in my defense, it's like I bought it. They weren't cheap, and I'm not saying that they're not worth it, but they weren't worth it for me. Like they weren't cheap. I bought them, and then I got tiny dot cards, and I was just like, "What have I done?" I couldn't hack it. Oh, the 6 sets. Mm. Oh, Nancy, you're behind us. Yeah, you see, it looks like autumn with snow on the ground. Yeah, it's like that transitioning phase because of all the colors. Well, this one has penguins, so it's definitely winter. Where has penguins and trees and a little cottage? I don't know. But it's my painting. It doesn't have to make any geographical sense. Yeah, so the two videos are gonna go up. They'll not be at some point. Well, I need to make the other one. I need to unbox. I need to actually make the video from Jackson's. They've just sent it. Hence why it's a spoiler. But the other video I've made, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Mm-hmm. Here I am, baby. Even when I made it, I was like, oh, people are going to be so upset I'm talking about a gallo. I feel like people sometimes take it quite personally when I don't like something. But we all like different things, right? It doesn't mean that it's bad or anything like that. Should I kind of want to do another fence going across here, but I don't know if it would just be distracting, or maybe I'll make it go up here. Yeah, maybe I'll make it go up there so it's like a nice line going across. Oops, that's gigantic. I wonder if I can water it down. Yes, I can. Beauty of Inktense. You can still kind of see a line, but by no means as strongly as it was before. But yeah, I have quite a few cool and exciting videos coming up, and I also want to try my hand at vlogging. But you know my thing with vlogging, what am I doing? Why am I doing it this way? Anyway, it's fine. My confusion was the fact that I'm making the fence post gets bigger as it's getting to this side, and I don't know if that would. It's just bringing it closer to me, which I don't know if that's actually what. Maybe I should make them smaller. No, it's fine. Yeah, I want to try doing art vlogs. My thing is that I just feel like I don't feel like a main character in terms of like I feel like the art vlog would be like, oh, I'm home, oh, I'm at work, oh, I'm sleeping, oh, I'm making a YouTube video that you're going to see later, oh, I'm sleeping again, I'm back at work. Do you see what I mean? That being said, I do enjoy watching them. And I enjoy making them sometimes too. Like I enjoy making them from the ones that I've made them. I'm just like, oh, don't know if I should. So oh, my bad. The chat wasn't moving. My first ever supply regret was the Schminke Green Earth. Oh my gosh. My first ever supply regret, which I didn't even mention in the video, I must have forgotten, was Daniel Smith Cobalt Violet. I was so like almost even like insulted that this is the second one. Can you see? It's pretty cute. Trying to get the lighting so that you can see it. But yeah, that was my very first one. I was literally like, I felt like I'd been conned. I felt like it, it was expired. I didn't really, and it was expensive as well. I think it's series 4 or something. I was very upset about that. I think even in the video, I couldn't even hide my disappointment. You know, I was like, what is this? Is it expired? What's going on? Oh, Karen Dash pan gouache. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. I don't think that it's, I don't know, I don't feel like it's good. I know that people are like, oh yeah, it's great value, but I don't actually think it's that good. I haven't tried the Derwent watercolors, but I'll take it. Oh, really? I just bought one. So I'll be curious to know. I just feel like I love the potential of masking fluid, and I just don't seem to be able to apply it well. Like I've done it with the brushes, and it works with the brushes, but I just don't like the, you know, the faff of like dip the brush in soap and then dip it in masking fluid, but not in the bottle because that will get ruined. And then, you know, I wanted something that's a bit easier. Zero expectations. Thank you, Doed. All I really want now is Holbein. Oh, the pencils and the acrylic gouache. That's really good. The one thing I was thinking about making a video about Holbein actually. One, like creating my Holbein gouache palette, but also one thing about Holbein that I haven't really seen mentioned or talked about much is like a lot of the Holbein colors don't come for me. I love Holbein, I love the gouache, I love the watercolor. However, like how's no one talking about the fact that most of the colors are not light fast and multiple pigments? And I'm not saying it as like a, like, oh my gosh, it's a taboo, we should cancel them. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. By camera I mean my phone. I'm just a little bit surprised that no one like ever mentions that. So I was like, when I did the 24 set, I mentioned it in the video that I think only 7 colors were light fast out of 24. It was something like 7 colors were light fast and 5 colors were also. Why am I guessing when I've written it here? So that's the one thing that I feel like is worth knowing. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a good price and whatnot. Okay, so it's here, right? It's so this is the Holbein gouache. This is the Holbein acrylic gouache. The feel of the Holbein gouache is divine. Like I just so enjoyed the feel. And I'm not saying it's a deal breaker. I will definitely still, I mean, I got lots more Holbein because I enjoy the feel. I'm like, okay, cool. Light fastness, so what? However, I was surprised. Like I thought that it would be like a few colors, but it's a 24 set. Of the 24 set, 7 colors are light fast. 15 colors are single pigment, and 5 colors are signal are light fast and oh my gosh, and single pigment. Did have I posted the video already? I think I have, where I just couldn't say single. I kept saying signal. Um, but yeah, so that I found really quite interesting because I don't feel like it gets mentioned, and it's not like we're talking about like, it's not even like we're talking about like say PR 170 that we know what kind of fade, or PY one like BV7. BV7 is here today, gone tomorrow. I'm joking. Obviously, it's still in my sketchbook and stuff. But anyway, that's the one thing that I feel like I was thinking about. I'll make a video because I need to pan this gouache because I love the way it feels and I do want to keep painting with it. But in that video, I also want to make known that it isn't light fast. And if that's something that you mind, bear it in mind. And then it also makes me wonder, if it was the same price as something else, which one would I pick? Which we'll see. I can't pick which is my favorite between Daniel Smith, Winsor and Newton, and Holbein. I think I really love the feel of Holbein. And I no, I love the feel of all of them. I can't pick a favorite because I feel like I enjoy the feel of all of them. But Holbein has quite a few colors that are not light fast. Daniel Smith is about 3 times the price. So that leaves me with Winsor and Newton. What can I do? Anyway, that's my random side mentioning thing. And the only reason I mention it is because I feel like when I got it, I was like, how did I not know this before I got it? Mm, no, there must be something wrong with it. It shouldn't smell bad. The Daniel Smith shouldn't smell bad. I hadn't noticed any. I don't have. I think I have Quinn Pink though. I think I have like Quinn Magenta or something, but I don't feel like it should smell like any of them should smell bad. They're so creamy and delicious. I agree. If you're talking about the whole bang wash, I completely agree. Yes, I have that as well. Honestly, I have the ruling pin that I bought recently. I haven't used it yet. I have the clay sculpting silicone thing. I've tried the brush with I even tried a dip pen. And I have the pen, but it dried out. But I'm still going to try. I just want something easy. I just want masking fluid to come out of the pen like it would. Like this is what I would want. I'd want like this to be masking fluid and just come out the way that it comes out of the of the artist pip pen, like fine line, be able to change. That's what I want. Mm, surprise to you was one inexpensive watercolor set from Czechia, which is Koi Noor. That's good to know. I've used them for their multicolor pencils. Yeah, that's the thing. I got that as what like I got the little bottles. That I was like, oh, I can use that. But yeah, I think it will clog up as well. Thank you, Dorwood. The video, I could not say single pigment. I kept saying sig, sig, sig. It was ridiculous. Shinhan is less expensive, but pretty much all the colors aren't light fast. Yeah, as anticipated. Mm, for very fine lines, use a cheap dip pen. Oh, I have to be honest. I have the. I don't have. Isn't well, is it cheap? Is it not? I have the blue pumpkin, and that is what I used to like apply ink and a little bit of masking fluid. But yeah, I might just have to do that and just dip. Yeah, you do everything in journals. Yeah, and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And as I said, like I knew that, and I still went and bought more whole bang wash. it's pretty much it's pretty much what my article consisted of. But it's just I was wondering. I was like, oh, no one really says this, and I think that the reason that I also mention it, and I think is worth knowing, is like because cost varies so much depending on where. Oh, I'll do a tape peel. Cost varies so much depending on where you are in the world. So I feel like that's something that you need to take into. Well, I guess I know that's not what everybody thinks about, but that's first and foremost. I think about the money that it costs, and then I try and figure out if it's worth it. So if Holbein was the same price as Daniel Smith, I'd go with Daniel Smith. Although I feel like I really do like the. I'm gonna have to do like a double blind study, where I ask someone to put down the colors onto like a plain palette paper or plain, you know, plastic plate or something, and it's gonna have Shinhan, it's gonna have Daniel Smith, Schminke, Holbein, Winsor and Newton. And I'm going to do different paintings with the different plates and then figure out which is first, second, third place. And then I'll know like which ones do I really enjoy, you know? Or is it all a tie? And that might be the case too. So it's going to be interesting, but the conclusion I think is that if I'm chatting lots, it's hard for me to do it in half an hour. I really like all the granulation in this one because bearing in mind I didn't use any pink or any reds in this painting. I only used lavender, misty morning, and the Derwent blues. And yet it's got such a nice pinky glow to it because of that misty morning. And I really do feel like misty morning shines when you use it really, really watered down. Otherwise, I was a bit confused as to why it was so like I thought it was overrated. But when I water it down, it's stunning. And you can see the tiny little penguins looking down. Why? How the penguins are with the house and everything. Like, to me, it's like, this isn't legit, is it? Like, anyway. But I like it. It's cute. And then we also have this one. And a reminder that my membership is on sale for the next, I need to work out exactly how many hours, but basically for the next one day, let's call it, for like just over a day. It is on sale. So if you would like to join, then for the cost of £3.80 a month. No, what am I saying? £3.80 a week. I couldn't sustain it £3.80 a month, but £3.80 a week. Less than a coffee a week. You can join us, chat with us, grow in your art practice, and have a really friendly, lovely, ad-free, art-loving community to access whenever you want. I have left everything linked down below, including the free membership, which you can join within the next 7 days if you'd like to be part of it. I need to going to sign. But yeah, did anyone have any other questions about Misty Morning in the Skies? This looks like the penguins in the Wild West. And I was like a mixture, like how can the two, but the thing is, if I just put the penguins on their own, the rest of the painting would be very boring. Oh, I can't see my signature. But does anyone have any questions about the membership? I hope that I've cleared it up. I'm sorry for the confusion. Oops, that snapped. Try to do such a small, inconspicuous signature. You can't even tell. So we have these two. There, so that you can see them. And then they are on the Etcher postcards that have the 230 GSM paper, the cold press one. Although, so I've always said that although this is technically cold pressed, as they say, to me it feels a little bit just a little bit more textured than hot press and not like a true cold press. Whereas the watercolor blocks are a true cold press. I hope it's not lagging for you guys as much as it's lagging for me. I even paid extra for internet. Can you see the texture? This is the new one, which is 350 GSM, and I've made a video in which I paint this landscape as well. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for kind words, and thank you for catching me up on all the wonderful things that you have got during the Black Friday and what you're creating at the moment. Maria, I hope that you enjoyed painting. Dawood, I am impressed by everything that you have bought. And yeah, if anyone has any other questions, by all means, feel free to just reach out. You can either leave a message down below in the comments, or you can message me on Ko-fi. You don't have to be, I don't think you have to be a member to message me, or just drop me an email or Instagram, basically. I'm very accessible. You just it may just take me a while to actually get back to you. But no, thank you all so much. I will leave everything linked down below in the description, from the membership to the art supplies I used. If you're watching this on the replay and you are then you are a real MVP. Obviously, everyone watching now is a real MVP. I'm wondering what our special word should be, or what our special thing should be. I kind of want to say like autumn, like wintry autumn. Wintry autumn. Yeah, let's say wintry autumn, because out of the two, this is my favorite. Or you can, oh, actually, you can tell me which is your favorite by telling me whether it's penguins or wintry autumn. um, but yeah, thank you all so much. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I look forward to chatting to a lot of you in Discord in my membership, and I'll send everything over there too. Thank support. How did Kofi? What's Kofi doing? Asked you guys to. Oh, you joined. Thank you, Michelle. I was like, wait, how does Kofi know I'm talking about Kofi? Like, that's weird. I see it now. Thank you so much, Michelle. And yeah, good night, everybody. Thank you. This is awesome. Lovely way to end the stream. You made my night. Thank you. Good night.